Oh my God, Lions TV, full time from Hillsborough via Pembury Hospital. It finishes Sheffield Wednesday 2, Millwall 2. There is something absolutely comical about watching us at times. And I had this video teed up to go one way and then it nearly went completely the other. Bear with me, I'm going to be a little bit slower than I usually am pace-wise. So you might hear things beeping in the background. There's nothing I can do about that. I struggled to get the stream on to start with. Then when I did get the stream on, we was 1-0 down. And I'll be honest, I looked here at that point and I thought, well, that's us fucked. 1-0 defeat. Same old. We ain't never scoring in a month of Sundays. I think we scored 2 in our previous 7 league games. And nothing really changed my mind from that up until just a crazy turnaround out of nowhere in the second half. I don't listen to the commentary, obviously, usually from the Mill commentators because I commentate myself. I don't think the two Ronnies are under any threat. They was talking at the beginning, Cole Bates and the other fella, Max, going, what club have you got on today, Carl? I'm just like, what is going on here? Followed by that, I don't think Carragher or Neville are also in any danger because Cole Bates makes a comment after about 12 minutes saying, what did he say? He said, up against this centre-forward today, Murray Wallace, it's a sort of battle he wants to be in, a physical one, and so far, so good. Well, at this point, we was 1-0 down. So I don't know where he was getting at there. And as I said, I didn't see their goal. I did watch it back at half-time. And it's one of them goals where I'm thinking, why have they made that look so easy? Are they that clinical in front of goal or are we that bad? Turns out they wasn't great in front of goal, along with us riding our luck a little bit. There's loads I want to talk about here, and this could take a while. It's going to be slow-paced, but bear with me if you don't mind. After they scored, we sort of come on the attack. Tanganga gets on the end of a corner, and he's the only one that ever gets on the end of any corners now because he's the only one that makes any worthwhile sort of movement. There was another point, he should have done better, Tanganga, with that one, and there's a goalmouth scramble that ensued. And there was another point where Saville turns him over, and Ivanovic shoots from far out on his weaker foot, pulls it just wide. I'm going to defend Ivanovic. I know a load of people will scream in the comments, he's not at the level. And Cole Bates went on to say something quite interesting, actually, which I say, and then Max McLennan says something as well, and I say as well, and I'm thinking, hang on, why are they saying that? Because I say that, and hearing someone else say it sounds completely wrong. After about 42 minutes, Ivanovic wins a free kick for us, about 25, 30 yards from our own goal. And Cole Bates said, that's what we need more of from Mihailo. We need more of that from him. So what we need is more, and I say it as well, we need more of our striker winning free kicks 30 yards from his own goals. It's exactly the same as what Max McLennan went on to say about Aziz. And I've said it as well about Aziz, and I've said it about Esse. Well, it's not just their going forward thinking, it's their defensive duties. It's how well they defend our goal. So we're now talking, it just sort of dawned upon me as I'm sitting here watching it. We're talking about our centre forward and our 2 wingers, how good their defensive duties are, and we need them to win free kicks for us 25 yards from our own goal. So something is clearly miles off here. Our goal threat is non-existent. How we scored 2 goals in that game, I have absolutely no idea. Sheffield Wednesday then get a penalty just before half-time, and it's never a penalty in a million years, followed by the worst penalty I've ever seen. Absolutely balloon a dude over the bar by their player. Then they come out the second half, and it's more of the same. And when I first started the channel, people say, he's fucking, what a prick. He's doing it for the money. He's doing it for the views. He don't even support Millwall. Show me anyone that would literally, what money, what views. No one would choose to support Millwall. Really, it's passed down mainly through generations. If I wanted to do a YouTube channel and get views and money, I wouldn't have chosen Millwall to do it because some of the football is so dire at times. It was like watching that game. I'm not going to get onto the good stuff in a minute. I'm not digging it all out, but it's just good to watch it from a different perspective for once and not always commentate. It's like, when a group of fellas like fat old geezers like me, and they hire the den at the end of the season, and they'll have a game and they'll whack it on YouTube. That's sort of what it looked like, the game at points today. It was that bad. And then Sheffield Wednesday start the second half. They hit the post, they hit the bar. Our goal leads a charmed life. And I've got all this stuff lined up to say. And it's sort of, some of it's happened already following our substitutions. But I mean, look, George Honeyman gets us back into the game. It's a pub vet goal style goal. It's a terrible free kick from Saville. It goes through a crowd of players. Their defender throws a knee at it when he should have tried to hit it. He's got his knee cut up by his ear, right? It hits Honeyman. He knows nothing about it. But take nothing away from Honeyman. it's a good finish. However, in fear of sounding like Roy Keane, that's his job. And that's his second goal of the season. I can tell you 5 or 6 others he should have scored throughout the season. And I genuinely think, and people might think it's the morphine has gone to my head here. I genuinely, and I don't think, I'm not saying that I can play football anymore. I can't play football. I've not been able to play football for about 20 years. But what I can do, I've said this before, is striker football. I genuinely think if you put me and George Honeyman, once I've recovered, on a pitch together, and you give us 10 footballs each and put 10 targets out, you said hit that target, I honestly think I'll beat George Honeyman every single time in hitting the ball, not running, not tackling, not being an athlete, but where the ball needs to go. And it looks so devoid of confidence, and confidence is a massive thing for us at the minute. This is where this, you look at where we was under Harris, the run we was on, the clean sheets, the wins, and it's just gone zap. And I think loads of it points towards confidence. But out of nowhere, I mean, it's a tiny finish from Honeyman. But in fear of sounding like Roy Keane, once again, that's his fucking job. And he tucks the ball away neatly from the edge of the box. Then there's a complete shift. We ride like a little bit more at our end. And then we bring on players. Now, here's some good news. We've got no league game now for 2 weeks. Next Monday, we're playing in the FA Cup against Dagenham. The next time we're in league action, I think, is on the 18th of 2 weeks today against Hull at the Den. So here's the good news. We've got no league game, so we've got time to sort this out. However, Steve Gallen's already pointed to it before Alex Neil even turned up that there's not going to be loads of business done in the transfer window. So my advice would be, okay, how can we sort this in the short term? We'll probably get 1 or 2 through the door. I think I'm still higher than Morphin, by the way. But stick with me. What can we do to sort this out? Because we're playing all the same players under Neil. So I know it's only 2 games that Harris was playing. We played 1 up front today with Hunterman in behind. And in 2 weeks' time, I can't see that much changing. So what my advice was going to be before we come back, because I was 100% sure he's going to lose the game 1-0. And by the way, fair play to the 750 that travel, because I know that you've not gone up there today expecting to get a good result. I know you've not gone up there expecting to see goals. I know you've got to stay probably expecting a pile of shit, which we got served for the majority, because you do it for the love of the football club. And I really do take my hat off to you for those who did travel. Fair play. And I'm glad you got to see some goals and we got a point. But getting back to what I was saying, the only reason I can think now is the best thing you can possibly do, right, is get everyone out of that team, because the confidence is shot to pieces. So get as many out as you can. And I'm talking Joe Bryan, I'm talking Murray Wallace. I mean, even Lenny today got nutmeg 1 minute and booked the next. He was all over the place, but we have to stick with Lenny. Saville and Denor have been brilliant all season up until about 4 or 5 games ago. They're now both shot to bits. You've got to get them 2 out the side. You've got to get Honeyman. You've got to get everyone out the side, and everyone there that's waiting in the wings, the Kellys, the Mitchells, the Wintles, all these players, the Wes Hardings, the Sean Hutchinsons, even the Tom Bradshaws, right? You've got to get them in and give it a big freshen up with a bit of youth and a bit of experience, and try and build from there, because we're not going to bring that many players in during a transfer window. Again, I'll go back to Ivanovic. I always say, look, you've got to play Bradshaw, because what he does is what Cole Bates said. He wins us like Ivanovic did. He wins us 3 kicks deep. He gets us up the pitch. That's not really a job for a centre forward in a football. It's not a job for a centre forward in any other football club, in any other division in the world, in my opinion. But a Millwall football club, that's your job as a striker. So I'm all for Ivanovic. I think he's got a moment of magic in him here and there, and I thought we'd done all right in the game. And look, we went 2-1 up through a substitute, through doing things that we don't do. We get to the edge of the box. I'm not going to shift it. I'm not going to shirk the responsibility. I'm not going to play at 2 yards. Fuck it, I'm just going to, I'm going to put my laces through this, old school, and I'm going to hit the target. The goalkeeper should save it all day long, but you take nothing away from Ryan Winsell, who then we've discovered now as well can take a free kick. So please, Gaffer, in the next game, give Ryan Winsell a chance. Saville and Denor have done their job up to a point this season. It needs a freshen up. Let's get players on that sideline that are sitting and watching the same shit that we're all watching, because they'll probably be chomping at the bit. And I think Ryan Winsell proved that when he came on. 2 other very, very capable midfielders in Daniel Kelly and Billy Mitchell were there as well. Like I said, you've got Hutchinson, can't get a game in front of Murray Wallace. And you've got other players there as well. So let's try and utilise a squad a bit more. Let's not just keep sticking with the same thing. Having said that, we've gone 2-1 up, and then it's fucking comedy show again. It shifts the other way, because out of nowhere, and I still don't know how, we've battled our way back into this football match. And I take my hat off to the players for that. But then it just goes back to no game management, experienced professional footballers that can't game manage. And you take your eye off the ball, literally the next attack they have, the next pattern of play after we scored. And all right, it's not a brilliant goal. I wouldn't mind it so much if it was. Their guy just standing there completely unmarked to the back post. And they get the equaliser. They should have probably won about 6-2 if you look at chances. For once we was clinical. I think we had 2 shots, scored 2 goals. They've hit the post twice, the bar, missed the penalty, another couple trickled like inches wide. And we rode our luck and we got a point, and it's something to build on. But going forward, as I said, a little bit of good news. No league game for 2 weeks now. And Alex Neil will try and get some people through the door. But I urge you to not expect miracles, because Steve Gallon's already said there's not going to be loads of people through the door. So it's going to give him time to try and implement the style of play, try and reinstill a bit of belief and confidence in the players again. Because for me, it'll take a little bit of confidence from that. But we could have done with Old Northern a win and built on that. We haven't done that. And, yeah, crazy day. Listen, it can only happen supporting Millwall Football Club. So maybe I'm just doing it for the views. Who knows? But, yeah, so my head was here, there and everywhere, all over that game, as I'm sure yours was. But we get out of Hillsborough with a point, a team that were just 3 points for the players before the start of play. And we'll take a little bit of comfort that we scored 2 goals and come from behind and rescue the point. Absolute madness. It ends up at Hillsborough 2-2. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.